Greetings and welcome, fellow YouTubers out there. This week we're going to look at Firewall, Torn and Zone of the Ender. All that and much more coming up on this week's weekly update. Okay, so this week, as you may have seen for the length of the video down here, this is going to be a long one here. Basically, because we've got several weeks of catching up to do. Okay, the last 2 weeks, I've been doing reviews rather than doing the weekly updates. But see, the thing is, with the way that my schedule is at the moment, it's really hectic. I can only ever seem to get one video off a week. And that will be either a weekly update like I'm doing this time, or I'm going to be doing a review. Hopefully, if I can sway it, I'd like to try and see if I can get the 2 videos done in a week, a review and a weekly update. But we're going to have to just like pick and mix for the moment, see what we can do at the time. So for this week, as I said, we're going to be looking at the review that I did of Firewall. We're going to look, because we did also a review of Torn as well. And also in this week that we did a nice little look at Zone of the Ender. So I wanted to go through all these with you. But there's also a few other things that we're going to talk about as well, because I've been looking at the QuakeCon's Doom Eternal that came out as well, and I've got a few thoughts of those as well. And finally, as I said, well, I didn't say, we've got an unboxing as well coming up near the end. But first, I made a promise. This is going to get a little bit religious here, because I am going to have to offer up a prayer to the great God of IT for saving me this week, because I was really under the pressure, and I did something really stupid, because I got so annoyed and pissed off at everything, at everyone, for the incompetence of customers, for the supporting staff, for the people that's supposed to know what they're doing. I just got so that I did a bad thing, and I was, you could say, shitting bricks, as well as the phrase is down here. I was really scared for my job and well-being at this time. So what happened? I'll tell you the story. I mean, you probably want to skip this next bit until the data counter ticks down if you don't want to hear the story, but the story is that our company uses 2 hard drive encryption softwares, SafeBoot or BitLocker. Now, these are 2 completely different encryption technologies, and the way that we deal with each of them is separate. We had a customer that came to us and he said, "Oh, my computer's password seems to have gone weird. My login screen doesn't work." I thought, okay, what's the problem? It looks different from what I normally get. Okay, firstly, let's just make sure you are talking about your hard drive encryption and not your Windows login. So I asked them to just to describe for me what it is. I asked them actually firstly to look at a Windows login screen and say, is this the part that you're having a problem with? Oh no, it's much before that. It's right after I turn the computer on. Okay, hard drive encryption. Fine, okay. What is the colour of the background? Because if it is black with white writing, then it's BitLocker. If it's grey, like with little boxes and such, then it's SafeBoot. Okay. If you use passwords only, it's BitLocker. If you use a username and password, it's SafeBoot. Okay, so I was trying to determine what the user is using, BitLocker or SafeBoot previously. Say, oh, it's just a box in the center of the screen that I enter my password in, nothing else. Nothing else. So you don't enter in a password. No, you don't enter in a username. No, it's just my password in the center of the screen. Okay, that sounds like BitLocker, but BitLocker is written up in the top left hand corner, not in the center. Okay, what's the color of the background? Where it's black. Are you sure that it's black? Black is BitLocker. BitLocker, black. Password only, BitLocker, black, BitLocker. Okay, yes, it is definitely a black background and I enter in my password only. Okay, cool, right, okay, so therefore you're definitely using BitLocker. So somehow your system has been changed from BitLocker, from what it was to what I see now, which is definitely SafeBoot. So I'm looking at the computer and what I'm seeing is a SafeBoot screen. So I'm wandering around like a blue-ass fly trying to find out why the heck this person's computer was set to was changed from BitLocker to SafeBoot. And then she said it might have been white. Hold on a sec, you said it was black a few moments ago. White is literally the opposite side of the spectrum to black. Yeah, it could have been white. No, it's black. No, it was what? It may have been grey. Okay, but okay, grey is more or less like SafeBoot previously than BitLocker. Okay, yeah, okay, it could have been grey. Yeah, I think it was grey. Okay, but you only entered in your password. Yep, it was just the password that I entered in. Okay, grey BitLocker that only, sorry, grey SafeBoot that only entered in password, because SafeBoot asked for a username. SafeBoot asked for a username, so I was wondering, is there a way that SafeBoot restores that I don't know about? I mean, it's hard pressed to, because I've been working with SafeBoot for over like 6 years. I know SafeBoot in and out, but I always admit there might be things that I don't know. So is there a way that SafeBoot has been retaining the username and she's only entering in the password? That's how I got to look into. And then as I start walking out the door, she said something that made me really shut down my mind. I chose to ignore this for a bit. Just as I was about to exit out the door, she said, yeah, I enter in my password as DK0010 and then the actual password. DK0010 is your username. Oh yeah, it's a username. But you said that, no, fine, okay. And after a little bit of crying and complaining, she had a SafeBoot account. I've worked out, after all this time, I worked out she had a SafeBoot account, that somewhere in the back office they've removed her username, and therefore when she rebooted her system it didn't have her username on it, and therefore it's now coming up with unknown user, which is the error that we're currently getting. I think that was somewhere between half hour and an hour for me to work out that she was actually using SafeBoot originally, not BitLocker. So that was the start of the first part of day one. The next several days was me. So this is the situation here. We got something like 100,000 user licenses for SafeBoot. Unfortunately, they're all full up. Now, when they're all full up, what you need to do to add another person to the SafeBoot license is to remove a previous user from it. With SafeBoot, you've got two databases. You've got the database at the server and the database that's onside the computer. Now, the database on the server has all the computers and all the users that are assigned to each computer, and each user that's assigned to a computer is a used up license agreement. And on the end, and when the end users computer connects to this database system, they look at that main database, say, is anyone supposed to be assigned to me? And if such and such is assigned to me, they'll then download that name onto that computer so that person can log in with their username and password. Fine. Yes, that's how it should be. But like I said, when the license agreements have filled up and they need to add someone else on, you're supposed to look at the longest person running that hasn't been on the system for a long time because they've either left or whatever reason, they don't use their laptop anymore, and remove them so that the new people can actually start doing. And they do that in like batches of like hundreds of people. But recently they haven't been doing it properly. They haven't been looking at people who have been just removing people who have been or AFK for a long period of time, like a couple of years, haven't used it, touched their computer. They've been picking people at random. And that's when we get this error that come up, unknown user, because someone's removed their username from their computer. Okay, know the problem, know the solution. Firstly, we need to get past SafeBoot to get onto the network. And to do that, you need to do a one-time login via the SafeBoot team, which is all done by email. And after that, once you're on the network, you then need the SafeBoot team to put the username onto the account so that it synchronizes with the laptop to download the username, so the laptop then realizes there's a new user on there. Okay. I did say you can skip this by checking out all the data stuff at the end, by checking the data panel. But okay, right. So we've got the so that's how you're supposed to do it, and it is a 5-minute job. I know it's a 5-minute job because I used to do this for like 6 years when I was at Barclays. I did, this was my main job that I did working with SafeBoot. And yes, like I said, day one, part two. I contact the engineers. They say, yeah, you need to do the first time login. So I managed to do the first time login, log on, and they said, right, okay, we'll just need to add their system and leave it a couple of hours for it to synchronize. Well, I said, yep, on Windows, synchronizing. I can't tell if it's actually added the users. Originally you used to, but for some reason they've taken out that feature, so I can't actually see if the user have been added or not. So what I do is I take do the synchronization, leave it for a couple of hours, then hopefully after a couple of hours that it would all have been synced. They've told me they've added it onto the other end, and so therefore nearing the end of the day, I shut down the computer and reloaded it up, unknown user. Oh, crying out loud. So I was on the computer to them to say, look, you haven't added the user. Why have you not added to the user? And then they sent me a screenshot. So you don't need to add the user. The user's already there. And they sent me a shot of about 5 minutes ago. It had a timestamp on it that says that you did this at 6 PM this day, which was like 5 minutes ago, and you haven't. Why have you only updated this now? And why the heck is my name on there and not the users? I can look. I am not the user here. That is me. The user is DK0010. Why have you got my credentials on there? Oh yeah. Look, it is there. And then they sent me another screenshot of a few minutes later with the end user on there and my username. Day two. I load up because I haven't actually logged into the network yet because we haven't been able to do a one-time login. We haven't been able to do a one-time login, so I sent an email then, okay, we need to do a one-time login for this user so that we can add the user to the system by going into Windows and onto the network. Okay, they sent me this takes like about 10, 20, 30 minutes or whatever for emails to go backwards and forwards. I send them a code from SafeBoot to do the one-time login, and they send me the response code for that code. But here's where problem 2 is. They can specifically send a type of response code that either A, gives me the one-time login, which is what I want, or B, resets the user password. And they gave me B. Why are they asking me to reset the password? I don't even know it at that time. They just give me the response code. I type in the response code. The response code is like 500 digits long over several lines, and it's an age where I have to type Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Zulu, 0482, Foxtrot, Bravo, Echo. And I'm like constantly going backwards between my computer and their computer, typing in these codes. And then when it finishes up, it then says, unknown user. And I say, what? Why am I getting an unknown user error code for typing in the response code? They haven't given me the response code to give me a one-time login. They're giving me a bloody response code just to reset the password. And why are you trying to reset the password when there isn't even a bloody user on there? Okay, right, let's do this again. Second time, take 2, let's do this again. Okay, they give me the code, I give them the code, they give me the response code. Takes me another like half hour to an hour just to try and type it all in, get the response code from there backwards, forward. Again, they gave me the response code for a bloody password reset, not a system reboot. I just want a one-time login, please, not a password reset. Okay, we're trying for the 3rd time. Hopefully 3rd time's a charm. Okay, so this time they even called me. Okay, so I thought, right, okay, let's try and do this over the phone so that we're not having to go backwards and forwards for half the day of bloody emails. So he then said to me, okay, all right, let's do this. We got to do this. I don't care. Listen, I know what we got to do. I've done this pretty much 100,000 times over the past several years of doing this, and I know this job pretty much better than what you're doing at the moment. Okay, yeah, okay, calm down. You guys are pissing me off big time. I just need you to do a one-time boot first. One-time boot first. Then let's get this user synchronized on the system. Okay, right. Okay, go to recovery, go to options, go to recovery, admin, etc. and give me the response code. Okay, here is the response code. Blah, blah. Sorry, here is the client code, not response code. Here's the client code. Okay, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, November. Right, repeat that back to me. Okay, what I need you to do now is press next. No, I've given you the code. It's an incredibly long code, so you might have not heard me correctly. Give me the code that I've just sent you, so I know you have written it down correct. This is basic phone etiquette when dealing with long, complex code. I tell you the code. You repeat it back to me. Okay, now can you just press the next button? I'm not pressing that bloody next button until you give me the response code. Sorry, I'm not pressing the next button until you repeat back the code that I've just given you. He then hung up. And then we went back to try and Skype over and over again. And at that point, I bloody lost it. I was really yelling and shouting, and I say, you asshole, just tell me the code that I've given you so I know you have typed it down correctly and that you are going to give me a one-time boot and not a bloody password reset, okay? And that's when the damages happen. I'm gonna check I just want to check just to make sure that I've actually got it here. So I think that I've got it here on my phone. Yeah. Okay, right. That was just to check that I've got it before I put it up. Right, now you see this picture down here. Are these little stab wounds? I was using I had a pair of scissors in my hand at the time. These little tiny stab wounds here were my mood before talking to this guy. And these massive ones here was after. And yeah, you could say I was a little bit pissed off. And then this happened. Because for some reason, some nonce thought that it was a good idea to put a scanner underneath my desk. A scanner worth in about £20,000. That's not very durable when it comes in contact with swinging, kicking feet. Bastards! Did I hear a crack? That's not good. Oh, that thing's worth 20 bloody grand. Oh, fibble. 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 That's not good. No. Scanner helpline, how can I help you? Yes, I've had a little bit of a problem here. One of my scanners is currently damaged. What seems to be the problem with the scanner? Oh, nothing much, it just had a side impact. Someone was moving scaffolding around or something. So I've heard on the reports. Yeah, it's just got a little bit of a crack on it. Okay, what sort of damage has happened? Well, the entire left side is gone. The control panel on top is now inside the scanner. And there's a circuit board laying around here somewhere. I'm not sure where that's from. Fine. As at this moment, I literally was shitting bricks. Hopefully they can repair it. So at that point, I offered a prayer up to the great IT God to help me in my moment of need, as I always do in, well, not that I always get situations like this, but thankfully the engineer came down. It was only superficial damage. Simple side plate back on, get the control panel, reinsert into the top, connect the wires, bish bash bush, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and it was done. I think, thank goodness. So today I'm going to offer out the Lord's Prayer, if I can find it on my phone. So I'm going to offer out the Lord's Prayer for the great God of IT, and here it is. Please, let's bow our heads in prayer. Our administrator, who art in the server room, hallowed be thy systems. Thy network come, thy advice will be done. On my computer, as it is in the server room, give us today our daily password change, and forgive our incompetences, as we forgive those who are incompetent around us. Lead us not into porn sites, but deliver us from spam, for you are appreciated, and we are grateful for all your hard work and actions. Thank you. Alright. The Lord's Prayer for the great IT God in the server room. I feel enlightened. I feel at peace now to know that the world is good. Okay, on to the main event. First up we have is Firewall. Now this game has been absolutely brilliant, absolutely awesome. I know when I did my reviews I said there were a fair old negatives about the game, and yes, there are a few negatives about the game, such as having to wait constantly in the lobbies just for the right amount of people to come in, and then there are some people that will just log off and then log back in again. But this game really is a great and awesome community experience. Oh, and one other negative thing that we started noticing about, but hopefully they're getting the patch out for this, is that there was some cheating going on in Firewall. And the cheat basically involved with a jamming device. When you get to a certain level, you can purchase this jammer. And what this jammer does, it allows you to mask the signal of the laptop, and you've got to find the jammer first before you can actually hack the laptop. Now what people have been doing is they've been putting down the jammer in a very obscure hidden place, and then killing off their own team. Once they've killed off your own team and there's no one left, you've got 1 minute left on the timer, and it is literally, or you could say, well, not literally, it is very, very much impossible to try and find the jammer if they've hidden it really well, because it could be anywhere and you've got no clue. 1 minute on the countdown timer to find it, and once you have found it, then you've got to get to the laptop. So that has been a bit of a problem, and a problem that pissed off a lot of people. So hopefully Firewall is going to get this fixed. They're going to be patching it up. I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, I would say that I would patch it by putting like a signal up, you know, as you did on the firewalls. When you got like two symbols on the firewalls, they put the symbol up to actually so that you can find the jammer easily before you can go and get the laptop, or have it so that if the jammer is up and running, then there is not a 1 minute countdown timer when all the people have killed. So, because I think that is a little bit unfair. So if the jammer's up but all your players are dead, it doesn't reset to 1 minute. I think that would be a good way to carry it on so that people don't use that as an exploit cheat. Oh, sorry, my camera's fading. So another problem about this camera is it keeps on fading in and out. Or is that just my glasses again? I really can't tell. But yeah, Firewall, that really needed to be changed. There we go. Right, so Firewall is a really great game out there. If you're into multiplayer shoot 'em ups, then this really is the next game out there at the moment that is good for you. I mean, it's no far point. There's no real story in it. It is totally 100% online. There is a solo player option where you just can't go against hordes of handicapped zombie AIs. They're not really zombies. They're passed off as the opposition, but they're not as good as playing other players, and that's why they throw in hundreds and thousands of people at you. They just constantly respawn. So no story there whatsoever. It is an entirely online multiplayer game, and if you like multiplayer shoot 'em ups, then this is a game for you. However, there are some other things that are in the game. I'm going to say, however, I absolutely love this game. I mean, I'm not a multiplayer shooter myself. I'm not a PvP type person. I really am out for the single player game experience. I like the story, I like the events, and you've got none of that in here. You've just got pure PvP. And I liked it. I really did get enjoyed, but I think we've got enjoyment out of this because we've got such a great community out there that's playing this game as well. Like PvP Friday, Firewall Fridays on their gamer tags site. They're currently doing that and trying to get a whole events going together with other people on their Discord system. So look out for that if you're interested in Firewall. Next up we have was Torn. Now Torn, as I said, seemed to be a little bit of a hollow experience. I mean, I did a review of this as well. Why is this thing going? Hold on a sec, let me pause this. Third time's a charm. Hopefully that works. I've just set this camera to manual focus, I believe. We'll have to see if that actually works, or if it's stuck, or if it's going to autofocus to blurry again. What is this, a Darwin camera? Right, autofocus to blurry. That is literally the opposite of what focus is supposed to mean, I think. Okay, right, like I said, next up on the list is Torn. Now, I did do a review of Torn itself last week, and as I said, inside the review is a little, the game itself is a little bit of a mix and match. Downside is that it seems to be a very linear, very empty kind of quest line. You just go from one thing to the other, not much in the way of action, absolutely no danger or anything, so you just got to keep muddling through until you've completed everything. So there is no risk, that's what I mean. There's no risk, just puzzles and storyline. Interactive walking simulator. So that is on the negative side. On the positive side, it is a bloody awesome walking simulator. I absolutely love the story in this game. I love the graphics in this game. They really do put in like a nice sort of environmental effects. You go deep down into the rabbit hole with the storyline on this one, as one thing leads to another, as you're trying to work out everything that's going on. When you go into your own dreams, well, I wouldn't say your own dreams, or it could be memories, as in this case, as you unlock part of your own psyche to try and figure out the next stage. And then there's the puzzles as well. Now, the walking stroke puzzle simulator. Now, this game is absolutely full of puzzles, but the puzzles in this game is as easy as those little childhood toys you get, you know, where you bang the right shape into the right hole. It is that sort of puzzle simulator that you've got to work through. But even though it's easy, it is still a little bit challenging, because you need to, whilst trying to use your, let's say, spectral vision. I say spectral vision because there's been a lot of games that I play where you have to turn on your spectral vision so you can see hidden messages in the walls and such. But in this case, you've got a torch that when you shine it around, you actually start seeing circuit boards in the floors and in the walls, and you've got to move like the furniture, so you've got a clock sticking out of the ceiling, or like a Big Ben 5 o'clock hanging on the wall at vertical angles, just to activate the circuits. So try and find the correct circuits, trying to find circuit pieces, and also working out which item does what is a challenge in itself. And you do need very good cognitive memory function skills, hopefully I got that right, to be able to remember where everything is, because you'll find yourself throwing literally hundreds of pieces of equipment all over the place, and then you'll find this one socket that needs a line whilst everything else is a right angle bend, and you're thinking, now I did see a sofa that had a line socket on its circuit. Now, where did I find it? Was it a sofa? Was it a chair? Or was it a lamp stand? And then you have to, as I said, try and see if I can find it. But the other fun fact is, the actual device looked like a sonic screwdriver, and I find that is absolutely hilarious. that because when you actually see it in the game, it is pretty much exactly the same thing that the Doctor uses. And I think there might have been a little bit more to that. Now, I'm not going to say anything more here because there will be spoilers. But if you go and have a little look at my review that I did about a week back, you will see I did that review in 2 sections. And the second section, the second half, after I first did the outro, I did the outro to make everyone think that it was that was the end of the video, but if you looked at the timer, that was only halfway in. So if you look through past the outro, you'll then get into the spoiler section and you'll see my thoughts on what everything is happening. So I'll leave that for that section. And final up is that we have Zone of the Ender. Sorry, I had to remember that for a bit. This one made me laugh when I look at this. I mean, it had to be Japanese who designed those cockpits, as I call it. They are actual you see these great big massive mechs with a giant cog piece kind of sticking out between their legs, and you're looking at that and you're thinking, seriously, what is it with Japanese robots and monsters having giant dicks all the time? And yeah, I am not kidding here. The mechanism, when I first saw it, I wondered what purpose does it have to have that giant bit of thing sticking out between their legs that looks like a massive robot dick. There's no reason for it. But at one point, when I was actually playing inside the robot itself, I had the misfortune to look up. When I looked up, I saw the head of the robot and its chest. And that made me think a little bit. I thought, well, if I was in here, don't most of these games require the user to be inside the head of the robot? Isn't that the place you want them to be? And then as I realised it, I'm in the cockpit, aren't I? I am quite literally the dick of this operation. It brings a whole new meaning to the word cockpit. Seriously? Who the heck designed this so that I am actually laying stretched out like a giant dick? I am literally a robo dildo at this point. Oh boy. But putting my mental scarring aside of being the personifications of an actual robo dick, the game itself, sorry to say this guys, it was subpar. Yes, it had great graphics. Yes, it had a storyline in it. But the characters in the storyline, really, I really did not like these characters. The main character you're supposed to play is this douchebag of a dick. Here again with the dick references, and I think he's in a perfect position into being inside a major robot dick. He's got the perfect place there. But yeah, the interaction between this character and all the people around him is bad. And even the people who are trying to return back to him or talk back to him was so unsatisfying and sad that I just really could not get into this story at all. Now I know a lot of Japanese or JRPG games or storybook games I used to love watching. So this could possibly be me as I've grown old in time. But like I said, I used to love watching the storyline. I would like sit there for hours going page after page of reading all the different storyline. And then when something I had to do came up, it was more of, oh, okay, I'll figure something out. Yeah, do that instead. And then next 500 pages of dialogue and text come out. I used to like that, but now I think as I'm more of a mature person, I've grown up into maturity, and in my maturity I want my explosions, I want my action, I want to be ripping heads off bad guys and spawning hellfire from heaven above and destroying and utterly obliterating my enemies. Is that too much to ask? I want my action. And the storyline was kind of becoming more of a side thing for me, so I think, so this could be more or less from my point of view. I don't know if you guys would like it or love it, if you really like the story driven action that was on here, but as I said, I think that the story situation here was really badly done. It was really badly put together, and it could have been done so much better, from voice actors, from how they actually interact, from voice actors, for the storytelling that they did, from the interaction. I just think it was really subpar. So for all those people who absolutely love the Zone of the Enderman, and don't get me wrong, there are quite a lot of you out there, because it is a really popular game and a lot of people do like it. Unfortunately, I just found it too boring, unfortunately. So I don't think that I'll be carrying that on again. Yeah, give me my action. Give me my Skyrim blowing up enemies into hundreds of thousands of pieces. Give me Doom Eternal. There's a game. Doom Eternal. Did any of you see that on QuakeCon? Well, I'm going to put down here some video footage, if they'll allow me, of what they showed at QuakeCon. And from the game footage alone, it is awesome. Game of the Year material, straight up, well done, congratulations guys, thank you. That, when we saw it, it was bloody poetry in motion. I mean, in there, when we, I'm sorry this isn't a VR title yet. I don't know if they're going to put it as a VR title or not, but this is a flat screen only, or 2D screen. I'm not sure what we're going to call it these days, but this was actually poetry in motion. Take for instance this scene here, as he goes through the terminal. He speaks not a word, and so much is communicated. Just pure emotions. This game is the definition of a power man's power fantasy power up, and loving it. We want this game. And look at the BFG. The BFG 1000. It is a bloody big gun. There's no way you're going to be carrying that on the shoulder, but I guarantee you're going to be firing it at one point during the game, and I can't wait for that. Now this whole scene that's going out here at the moment, I think the purpose of this scene is the duck and cover section. You know, as a BFG fires, it disintegrates anything around it, so you got to make sure you're outside of its line of sight. Does anyone know what I'm talking about from playing the original Doom? Because the original Doom BFG used line of sight rather than actual ballistics. But yeah, and there is a lot of controversy. Sorry, let me just readjust myself. There's a lot of controversy going around this AI character. I think it's not only, I think it's misunderstood in quite a few ways, and in the same way it is totally understood in the correct ways. Now, the way that I see it, this character is not on humanity's side. This character is basically trying to psychologically manipulate humans' mind into accepting what's going on, because when you realise what's going on, if her deception has worked, then it will be too late for humanity. And it's a joke, the way that it starts saying there is going to be a slight transitional period as we welcome our new friends into our world. And then you look out and you see absolute chaos and disaster and some Lovecraftian sort of apocalypse going on in the background. And you're thinking, oh man, it's a joke, guys. It's a bloody joke. Don't worry about... Oh, okay. I know a lot of people are thinking that this is like anti-immigration or whatever. But we've had this style of joke before. And we love it. I mean, we had this joke with, I think it was Mars Attacks. You know, when you had like the alien translator. The alien translator would start saying, oh, we come in peace, we bring you goodwill and tidings. But what they're actually saying, this is time to die, we're going to kill you all. And then they start firing the phaser beams and then blowing up the president. But everyone's always like thinking, oh, but the translator said it's all done in peace. And so they keep taking that translator wherever they go. And they say, we come in, please come out and enjoy yourself and have fun. And so people keep coming out, enjoying themselves, and they get blown to pieces by the alien death ray. Because that was the joke in Mars Attack. And that's a sort of joke that I see that's sort of going on here, where the AI, like I said, the AI is not your friend. The AI is on the side of the demon invasion, and you know this. I know this because because it goes into an area where the Doomslayer arrives on Phobos, and as he goes down in the lift and comes out, the announcer says, "Warning: we're going to high alert. Doomslayer is now on the scene. Doomslayer." Doomslayer warning at high level. Be careful. I can't remember what it said, but I'll play it here just for you for just a sec.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing. Warning, the Slayer has entered the facility.
Okay, you hear that? It's basically they're saying that watch out, everyone. Death's coming for you, and the Doomslayer is coming to get you. So be careful. Look out for yourself. So, you know, that she is on the side of, she is there not to warn humanity, not to warn humans or even yourself, but she's there to warn and look after the demons. She's trying to give out information to the demons through the loudspeakers, and you just happen to hear it. And then they go on to the controversy that is with the whole things that she's been saying throughout QuakeCon, such as demon is an offensive term. Please use the words mortally challenged. As in, she's playing the victim card for the demons. Now, like I said, a lot of people are complaining about this, saying that it's anti-immigration, it's anti-PC, it's anti-anything really, and they're all being triggered and annoyed and pissed off. And this is why I think that ID Soft, now let's say this is the response from the ID Soft people. Okay, we've heard your complaints and we've taken them on board, and we do appreciate that you do feel offended by our words and our actions in our game. In our response, I humbly want to say, fuck you. Fuck you. If you do not have the ball, if you are so much triggered by these words, then you do not have the balls to play our game. Go off and play My Little Pony, where there's rainbows and clouds and all wonderful magical things of fairy happiness for you. So fuck off. Let the real ball men play this game, because we know what our players want, and you can go suck it. Hell yeah. Sorry, just getting into lays there. Yeah, I think that what ID Software have done is absolute pure smegging genius here. Because not only is it, they know their fans. They know their fans. And they know that they're not going to get triggered by all these sort of things. This is pure 100% testosterone driven, man, ball-filled, high octane, high energy, power fantasy. We want death, destruction, mayhem. Doom's been ripped to pieces. Fuck your PC culture. Fuck your political correctness. Fuck your fourth wave feminism, everything. This is a man with pecs the size of bicycle wheels, and you are going to be obliterating anything in your path, period. Fuck you. And we love it. We absolutely love it. So when Doom Eternal comes out, we're all going to be getting this. PC culture or not, can go shove it. Third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave feminism, can go shove it. We are wanting the power fantasy. And here it is in gameplay format. And it's going to sell like hotcakes. If you want My Little Pony, Rainbow Cloud, magical fantasy, see that down in the bargain bin bucket on your way out, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. Right, now let's check my subscriber count and see as it drops as all the people that I know decide to unsubscribe from me from that. But hey ho, that's just how the ball rolls. Yeah. Well, finally, onto the last things here. We have got up and coming after this. We've got the unboxing of World of Wizards Geek Gear's bi-monthly box. So this one is supposed to be a little bit of an expensive box. So I'm going to finish up here for now, and then I'll be adding on the unboxing on the end. So thanks very much for watching. please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully I haven't annoyed too many people, but I'm sure that there's still many other people out there who enjoy the same power fantasies as we do. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there. Do you want me in this or?
Yeah, you can be in.
Oh.
You always can be in. If you want.
Oh, mellow that down. Hi. Hi, greetings and welcome, fellow unboxers. Oh, sorry, that's me.
That's better.
Yeah, there we go. That's all right. Greetings and welcome, fellow unboxers. Today we have a very special Geek Gear.
Well, in theory, yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us why this one's special?
Well, this box is a special edition Wizardry Geek Gear 2-monthly box.
Ooh. 2 monthly, so once every 2 months. Okay.
It's meant to have, it's either £60 or £90
£60
worth of items.
£90 worth of items.
In here.
That's going to be interesting.
So I was half expecting, you know, same as all the others, a nice yellow box, maybe a bit sparkly, maybe something to make it a little bit more special, not a shoebox.
Vanilla. A shoebox, yes. Well, they do say don't judge a book by its cover, and this cover is very judging, but, well, I'll get out of the way so you can do your...
You gonna stake him?
Yeah. So I'll get out of the way so you can do your unboxing.
Okay. Well, start of it.
Let's just reduce it.
Ooh. Well, there's certainly a lot of interesting things in here.
Oh, so what have we got?
White paper.
Hey, nice. Oh, the Kimber down looks like she's about to fall off.
Oh, Kim. And some red paper.
Okay, red and white. Okay, cool.
I'm interested as to why red, considering I'm a Hufflepuff.
This is a Hufflepuff box, isn't it?
Should be.
Okay.
Oh.
So first up, we have
The special edition booklet, which I will read later.
pamphlet. Okay.
Oh. I don't know where to start. Shall I start with the t-shirts?
Yeah, well, you've got something in your hand. Let's start with that.
Let's have a look. We have
Oh, that looks very, isn't that?
Harry Potter fighting a Dementor.
Is it a Dementor? It looks very like a spectre of sorts. I think that, I think you're right. That is a Dementor.
Dementor, Guardians of Azkaban.
Okay.
And can only be defeated by...
something with P? Patronus.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't know if you was asking me or if you was putting the question out. Okay, well, so for extra credit, that's Harry down there. What's his Patronus?
Stag.
A stag.
Like his father.
Oh. And do you know what the stag was supposed to symbolise? This is a very tricky one here, because this is from the later books. Because as you're rightly saying that the stag is his father's Patronus, but his father's Patronus was supposed to symbolise the woman he was in love with, Harry's mum.
The doe.
The doe.
Which later became Snapes's
Patronus, yes.
Because there's a weird story about the Patronus being that sometimes you could have a separate Patronus and then you meet your loved one and your Patronus can become either the one you truly love's Patronus or a symbol.
Yeah.
So
it shows you what you deeply love and care about. And yeah, it wasn't the father, it was Severus Snape's Patronus.
Yeah.
To represent Harry's mother. Okay, so what have we got there? The next t-shirt.
Ooh.
Speaking of, Severus. No, not. Where am I going with Severus?
Correct.
Right. Severus. I don't. Why am I keep saying Severus Snape? I'm getting these names mixed up in my head. That's Sirius Black. Sirius Black, Severus Snape. So try and say that 10 times fast. Sirius Black. Jeez. Well,
Long sleeved.
Looks like they had too many yeses in the handing out board when they was doing the naming conventions of the people in this. Sorry. Yes. Long sleeve. Sirius Black.
This is pretty cool. This is the image of him though when he came out of Azkaban. Of course, when we later saw him, he looked a lot better.
Yeah.
Sorry, covering your face, Kim.
And dishevelled. No, I mean his clothes aren't torn and tattered like he was when he came out of Azkaban.
Yeah.
And what's that round his waist? Is that supposed to be a charm or something, or is it just part of his clothes?
It's part of it.
I think it's just part of his clothes, actually.
It's part of his clothes, but I'm trying to remember if it actually symbolised something. There's his wand on the side. Medium, they got that right. This is cool.
Nice.
Mind yourself, Kim. So in this one, we've actually got 3 t-shirts.
Ooh. Right, normally about £20 each, a t-shirt.
Yeah. So that's what, 20, 40, 60 quid already?
60 quid, yeah, and just the t-shirts. And how below, talking of Patronuses, that's a stag, isn't it?
Yeah, until the very end. Says on the stag's neck.
What does that mean, till the very end?
Oh, together until the very,
The very end. Wasn't that their motto?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But there's another reason why Harry's father was the stag. I just remembered.
Oh.
Which is quite weird considering what the other... Because you remember he's technically an anamorphic.
And an anamorphous.
Yeah.
Yep.
As is Severus Black, as is Peter Pettigrew, and as it...
So what was Harry's father an anamorphous and he changed into a stag?
He changed into a stag.
It's
weird.
Considering the reason he changed into a stag was to run around with a werewolf. Well, a wolf chasing a stag is not really a good way of symbolising it.
Well, no, the theory is that the werewolf would not attack an animal. It's more likely to attack a human than an animal.
Okay.
So when one of the 4 of them were becoming known in the school as being good friends, as because Dumbledore knew that Lupin was werewolf, he arranged for the other 3 to become anamorphics, but they could choose what animal that they were.
Okay.
I think Lupin just got to in the werewolf form, just got used to the fact that there was a stag, a dog, and what's wrong?
Blurring.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. I've set it to manual focus and it looks nice and sharp now, so hopefully it won't change again.
Okay, do you want to start from the beginning?
Let me just zoom out a little bit. And down. Okay, we just want to carry on with the next one. You were saying about the necklace.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a picture of a mandrake, which was the plant that solves petrification.
Okay. The mandrake plant, if we can see that there. Nice. That's a nice picture.
Yeah.
And now my hair's caught in the camera. I'm on Destructo mode today.
I'm going to give this...
Kimber.
If I can.
Kimber's got some bling. MC Kimber with bling. Okay, hopefully it's not strangling.
I can put my thumb under it so it's not
cool.
tight. No, that's rubbish. Ooh, I'm liking what's next.
Oh. Something very thick and book-likey.
Yeah, a platform 9 3/4 notebook.
Hey, we always like your notebooks.
Oh yeah.
Got lots of notebooks.
I'm gonna open it now. Open this bit. Premium A5 notebook.
Oh.
With the design of the Hogwarts ticket.
Nice. Looks good on here. Oops.
Oops.
And now broken.
And look what's on the first page.
The Hogwarts Express.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
Looks really good on that.
Lined paper.
Just good enough that you can write your notes and journeys. Notes and journals as you journey on into Hogwarts.
Potions and spells.
And incantations.
Maybe the odd script or two.
Oh yes. Fanfiction.net.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks big.
It's ooh. I need to check. I think we've got this already.
Oh, what is it? I'll hold it up to the camera.
Hang on, I'm going to open it. It's I solemnly swear I am up to no good.
Oh, yeah. How was the map? You have to say that, and
Yeah.
the map unfolds.
Hold on.
That's the mouse map.
No, it's not. It's a coaster.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, coaster. Sorry, a little bit small for a mouse
Hold
map.
on, say it again.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no goods, and unfolds the mug. Nice.
I've got something to hold my rubbish in now as well. How much would one of those mugs be?
Oh, that'll be at least 12. 12.
12 quid. And the bookmark would be pushing on 10 and 12, wouldn't it?
Bookmark.
Book.
Oh, the book. Yeah, that'll be another tenner. The coaster, about £5. The free t-shirts, 20 quid each, so 60 in total. So what we've got, 60 for the t-shirts, 70 for the book, 82 for the cup, plus the coaster, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, £87. So we're up to £87 now. Something tells me
That
that's...
doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because what I see coming next, it's a little bit more...
Does not cost.
looks a little bit...
Will never be £3.
Yeah,
Ever.
it looks a little bit more expensive than £3. That is a nice portrait. Move it backwards and forwards in front of the camera.
Like that.
Oh, that looks, on the camera, it looks like 3D.
It is 3D.
Yeah. Hopefully it comes...
Do you know, we've got one of these and both of them we haven't hung up yet.
I don't think we've got one of these ones though. That is a
Not
nice...
of the Patronus, but we've got the Fantastic Beasts version.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Cool. I like that one.
Got to find some way to hang that. That is good. That is good. So, design of the box.
I was wondering, that Patronus there,
Yeah.
I'm going to take the camera off a little bit and look at our walls. Because, sorry, excuse the motion. As I take the camera off, excuse the mess. Looks a little bit like that wall poster. Actually, it's not going to... sorry, consider I've now got this set to manual, that's not going to actually focus. But it looks like one of that we've had recently. So let's hold that up again. Where is it?
How about we do something better?
Put it side by side.
Well, no, actually, because that's it when it first came on. When Harry when it first worked for Harry. And that's it ever since.
Nice. We've got an upgrade.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got a nail right there. I'll stick it on.
Alright, I'll put this back on the tripod. Oh, and there's my finger. Yeah. If I go back in, I can't put it in. Edit time, edit mode, edit all this out. Okay.
Mystery. It has got the price on it though, so let's see if we can do some maths. Okay.
Oh, sorry, you just saw something.
Exclusive T-shirt.
Okay, yeah.
This is a beautifully striking T-shirt depicting an animal that features a lot in the Wizarding movies. Guess which one?
Yeah, I'm guessing something doe-like or stag-like.
The iconic design stands out well and is printed on a high-quality Gildan soft style T-shirt, designed by Geek.
Sorry.
Designed by Geek Gear, and it costs £9.99.
Cool. Okay, so not £20, $9.99 then.
Nope.
Okay. Sorry.
Now, that one was. I might have them in order actually. This one here.
Oh, okay, so that's the that's a tenner for that shirt.
Yep. Harry Potter Patronus framed print.
Yep.
We have given each of you one of these eye-catching framed stag Patronus prints. This item will be a great focal point for any area of the house.
Nice. So how much is that?
That is £11.99.
Okay, another tenner. So we're
Well, it's 12 quid.
$11.99. So how much was the T-shirt? $9.99.
£9.99.
Okay. And then $10.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're talking over 20 quid at the moment. Hogwarts. Harry Potter Hogwarts Express ticket notebook. This magical premium quality A5 notebook will be a handy addition to any Harry Potter fan's collection, with a convenient loop for your pen and a gold leaf coating around the pages.
Okay.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
This item will have you taking notes in style,
Oh,
just in time for school.
nice. And that is
£11.99.
$11.99. So another 11. So £32.
Yep.
I think.
Harry Potter mug and coaster set. The mug. And where the coaster has gone, which we now can't find at the moment.
You probably. Are you sitting on it?
No, don't think so. I didn't put it back in the box. Oh, we'll find it in a minute.
Yeah, we'll find it later. Okay, mug and coaster.
Navigate the ever-changing twists and turns of Hogwarts with this magical mug, coaster and keyring. It mentions the keyring there, but not in the title.
Okay.
This licensed Harry Potter set featuring the... I'm going to get this wrong. The Marauder's map is dishwasher safe to 40 degrees. But please remember to say mischief managed when you've finished your brew.
Ooh, nice.
Which is...
Mischief managed.
Yeah, the code.
Which is the code to close up the map.
Keep up, Pike.
Yeah. Sorry.
You can tell we don't rehearse this at all.
Never ever. Never reverse this. Put that script away.
So, the next item, which I've also lost.
Oh, so how much was the key? Or was the mug and coaster?
Mug and coaster set was £11.99.
So is that like up to 40?
Well, there's the coaster.
Okay. Are we up to £43 now?
About 43 something pounds. Oh, you've got it. I'm looking for something that's... So,
yeah. The net. Kim's looking after.
Mandrake... Harry Potter Mandrake necklace, nicely modelled by our Kim. This month we have included one of these fantastic Harry Potter necklaces. This month?
Yeah.
These beautiful pieces are sure to be a favourite. Will you receive the Mandrake or Potions version?
Oh, what did we get? What version
We
did
got the Mandrake version.
Okay.
Which I kind of love, because the Mandrake is kind of half beast, half plant.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like a little baby when you pull it out and it screams, like, kills you.
I'm kind of more into the beasts than actual potions, so... What?
Nothing. I just never wanted to be a tiger so much in all my life at the moment.
Anyway, the necklace
Yep.
is £11.99.
Ah, $11.99. So 54, 5, 6,
somewhere.
50 something
Somewhere
pounds. Yeah, I don't know why mine's just gone.
Okay. Exclusive long sleeve t-shirt with Severus Black on it.
Severus. I'm not going into that again.
A cool t-shirt depicting everyone's favourite magical godfather.
Sirius Black.
Show your appreciation with this quality long sleeve Fruit of the Loom shirt.
Nice.
Fruit of the Loom is a common shirt that's sold at MCM.
Yeah, it is a brand that do
some pretty cool t-shirts.
Yeah. And that's for
designed by Geek.
Nice. And how much is that for?
£15.99.
Ooh, 15. Okay, so we're going.
Which is no surprising considering their prices at MC Comic Con is around about that price.
Pretty much. So would we? I've lost count of where we are at the moment.
We're on 60 something at the moment. I think.
Yeah.
Someone will comment.
Yeah.
What the real price
So
is.
someone will comment the prices later.
And then the final T-shirt, which I'm going to let Kim wear. This design shows a well-known scene from one of the beloved Wizarding movies. This colourful design is printed on a high-quality Gildan soft style T-shirt.
Okay.
And that one is the same as the first one at £9.99.
Nice. 70, I think. Yeah.
There's on the special edition. There's no what's coming next.
So we'll have to figure out what's coming next when it comes. And the next special edition is in another 2 months' time.
Well, that's the funny thing. This is something else I want to mention. This apparently is you'll notice, this is the August, and we're in September.
When did you buy it? When did you pay for it?
July. 1st of July.
Okay, so you paid for it in July. That for a box that was supposed to come in August.
Has arrived in September.
That's arrived in September.
And because I was a bit confused, because I noticed in September that I'd been charged again for these boxes. So I wrote to Geek and said, am I supposed to get a first box or am I too late, and why have you still charged me for it? Now, the customer service was very nice, and the woman on the end of the email was also very nice, or at least when she writes, she's very nice. She said, and I quote, "You have bought the August edition, first time. Therefore, we know that this has come out in a week ago and should be arriving at your door any time now." Now, when I sent the email, it was a few days after I discovered it, so something like the 5th. And she didn't reply to me until the next week.
Okay. So we might be expecting the September one.
Well, I paid for the next box in September.
Yeah.
This is meant to be the October edition box. But I've got a funny suspicion we won't receive it until November.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for when that comes out.
Yeah. In the meantime, not that impressed with the box, and I'm a bit concerned that they sent red paper and not yellow. I may have to double check to see whether I ordered something correctly.
Yeah, because the red was for Gryffindor, wasn't it?
Red is Gryffindor, yeah.
Yeah, yellow is for the Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
But
So I have to double check that.
I still remember the case that you got that had it all mouldy colours and made it look like it was fire.
Well, that was close to Christmas time.
Ah, so it was tinselly. Cool.
Anyway.
Cool. Oh, let me get back down, throw that in.
Tidy that up in a
Come
minute.
on, wait. Can I get in here? Wait. Owie. There. Oh, yeah. Is that? Readjust the camera. We can actually see. There we go. There. Me. Okay. Okay, so that's it for this dual monthly, bi-monthly unboxing of Geek Gear's World of Wizards.
Yep.
I think that's it for this time.
Yeah. Have we got anything special coming up?
Not yet. I'm keeping an eye out for Sci-Fi London. Do we have any idea when Sci-Fi London might be coming up with the next thing, or is that not? Or they're not going to do it this year?
I've not heard anything from Louis.
Yeah.
It wasn't the experiment. I don't think it was much of a success as he'd hoped.
That's a shame. That's yeah. Unfortunately, not many people turned up for the VR experiment, which is a shame because we had so much stuff that was going on. Lots of VR stuff, lots of people turning up for games, and but it just wasn't. Even though it was free entry, I think that not many people knew about it, which is why.
Yeah.
And it was also quite out of the way.
Well, they've moved.
Oh.
They've moved actually to Stratford, or at least last I heard they were planning to move to Stratford.
Stratford where? Because when we was there last, it actually was also in Stratford, but Stratford about a couple of miles walk from the station.
It's more nearby Stratford town centre now, and opposite where we do Sci-Fi London, which is the Picture House Theatre. Is a building that, as far as I've always known, has always been desolate, apart from when it was a Caribbean restaurant, if I remember rightly. That may be overtaken by Expo.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think it's still on the planning stage at the moment, but we're keeping high hopes.
Yeah.
Wishing them the best of luck. If you want to have fun, play loads of games, challenge each other, place to play board games, a place to meet if you're a true gamer.
As we are. I mean, you might even meet us down there if it turned out quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for the Sci-Fi London, I'd say the last one happened several months back. They sometimes do an Oktoberfest, but we'll have to see if they do the Oktoberfest.
It always depends on how much Louis got.
Yeah. It also it's his baby, basically.
It's baby.
Yeah.
We have no say in it. I'll tell you what is coming up real soon. Next month, I believe, actually. MCM Comic Con.
Ooh.
Already got the tickets.
You already got the tickets?
Already got the tickets.
Cool. For me and you?
For you and me.
Oh, nice. Is it for a Saturday?
It's a Sunday. I don't think they can, but I'm going to try and see if they can change it to a Saturday.
Okay.
See if they do date exchanges. I need to double check because I'm not 100% sure they can do that.
I always get my 360 camera out on the MCM Comic Cons just to have little interviews with the developers about all the new wonderful games that are coming out.
Yeah, and even better news, we might do some filming on the Saturday as well. Now that we're both together.
Yeah, now that you've got your Saturdays back.
Absolutely.
We can.
See, you probably hear me on Friday very drunk.
Yeah, I mean Kim getting her Saturdays back is sort of dual mixed blessings on this, because although I would have to move all the work that I do on Saturday and cram it into a Sunday and have to move it over throughout the week, but on the plus side, I get my Saturdays back with my Kimmy.
Yeah.
And we can have fun
We get
together.
to hang out, and we might do something where we take the camera with us.
Yeah. Drone flying. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as we've enjoyed creating this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys out there.